Welcome back to the GCN Racing News Show. This week, after yet another dominant weekend for Mathieu Van Der Poel, we're asking if he's killing cyclocross. Details of next year's Vuelta emerge, Andrea Tafi says he's got a team, and Chris Froome falls in love with Colombia. In winning the Superprestige in Gavere yesterday, Mathieu Van Der Poel made it 4 wins from 4 in the series so far this year. Despite the best efforts from Toon Aerts in the early stages, it was a convincing solo win for Van Der Poel, and it came off the back of an equally dominant performance at the DVV Trophy in Niel the previous day. His list of results is looking more and more incredible as the weekends pass by. At just 23 years of age, he now has won 38 rounds of the Superprestige series, 30 rounds of the World Cup, been national champion 8 times, European champion 4 times, and world champion 3 times. The only races he hasn't won this season are the Cyclo-Cross, a round of the Cyclo-Cross where he crashed, leaving his ankle looking like this. But it appears that his talent stretches to superhuman recovery too, as he still came back to win the very next day. There's no doubt that he is a phenomenon. We haven't even mentioned his palmares on the road and mountain bike, but although it's a joy to watch a super talent in any sport give a masterclass in their chosen discipline, you wonder if the current dominance of Van Der Poel is bad for cyclocross. I mean, there's not exactly a lot of suspense. The result appears to be almost a done deal before the start, and generally is a done deal after about 1 lap. As a comparison, the man widely regarded as the greatest cyclocross rider of all time, Sven Nys, did win more than Van Der Poel, but he did so over a career that spanned almost 20 years. Plus, Nys often had a slow start in races, having to pick riders off over the course of the race, so when he won, the result was often in doubt, or at least not set in stone until the final lap. One thing those two do have in common, though, is their relative lack of success at the World Championships. Despite his dominance, Van Der Poel has only won the Elite World Championships once, and that was almost 4 years ago. Nys won it twice, but it always felt like he should have won it much more. Don't get us wrong, it's not Van Der Poel's fault. We're not suggesting he should have to start a minute behind everyone else, use a heavier bike or road tyres, even though that might actually be quite interesting. We're just starting to wonder if it's putting people off watching the men's races. Is Van Der Poel so bloody good that he's killing cyclocross? And that's where you come in. We'd like to know if you've been put off watching cyclocross or whether you enjoy watching this master at work. Let us know in the comments section down below, and also by taking the poll that's on the screen right now. Contrary to the men's events, the women's elite races this year have once again been incredibly open. World champion San Cant took the win in Niel on Saturday after a particularly close-fought battle with Lowe's Cells. But on Sunday, it was the 23-year-old Alice Maria Azufi who took the biggest win of her career so far. The cyclocross season continues on Sunday with the next round of the DVV Trophy in Ham, which we have live on our Facebook page, with commentary coming from Marty and Beth Crumpton. Sticking with cyclocross for just a little longer, last week the UCI announced a number of rule changes and updates to the discipline, amongst which was the introduction of a compulsory junior men's event at all UCI sanctioned races. Great news for lads, but unfortunately the same update didn't include a compulsory junior women's event, which, as you can imagine, didn't go down too well. Marty spoke to Helen Wyman and newly crowned Pan American champ Magali Rochette about this very subject last week.
Okay, so Helen, this week we've had the announcement of a few new rules, and one of those regards junior men, in the fact that now every UCI event they have to have a junior men's race, but no mention at all of junior women. What do you make of that?
Well, personally, I didn't expect much different, but I do actually still think it's pretty disgraceful. When I was stood on the start line of Koppenberg, well, before Koppenberg, I saw some of the junior girls from Britain, and I just thought, wow, these kids are going to have to race against us for 45 minutes on the most difficult course of the season. And Anna Flynn was, I think, 13th or 14th, which was a fantastic result, but imagine if she'd had her own race.
They've now also introduced junior men's racing at every UCI race. They've said that's got to be there, but no mention at all of junior women. What's your thoughts on that?
Again, I'm curious where that come from, because they have recently, I think last year, they announced that 2020 will be the first Junior Women World Championship. But that means it's actually next year, because the World Championships are in February, but that's the World Championships of next year. So I wonder how, with that in mind, why did they not impose also like a junior woman? So, I mean, I wonder what they're thinking. I don't think that's helping the sport to grow necessarily. I mean, I think they were taking some big steps in creating a junior women category, and that having a category for them helps. It just encourages women to want to participate, because it's not as big of a step to jump right straight in the elite ranks.
Over to the road now, and whilst the official Vuelta a España route presentation won't take place until January, a few details have emerged of the route for next season. The Grand Tour will begin in Alicante, there will be a detour into France in the second week, and it will also include 9 summit finishes. 3 of those summit finishes are said to be new. While 9 summit finishes will certainly suit pure climbers, there are also going to be 2 time trials, one during the opening 3 days on the Costa Blanca, and then a second time trial around 30 to 40 kilometres in the second week. Now, as mentioned, full specifics of the route have yet to be confirmed, but if these early details are anything to go by, we're in for a treat. Now, former Vuelta winner Chris Froome has announced that he will start his season in Colombia next year at the Tour Colombia in February. This off the back of his recent participation at the Giro de Iran, which he seemed to particularly enjoy. Peter Sagan, meanwhile, has switched between South America and Australia to begin his season in recent years, but next year, rather than choose between them, he's doing both. He'll begin with the Tour Down Under in January and head on to the Tour Colombia straight after. It appears that former Paris-Roubaix winner Andrea Tafi is one step closer to his dream of returning to compete at the race at the ripe old age of 52. The Belgian paper Het Laatste Nieuws last week reported that Taffy has found a team for 2019, although that was all the information he gave. In other news, Trek Segafredo's Tom Skujins revealed his entire riding data for 2018, and it was really quite interesting. He rode a total of 32,930 kilometres over 1,052 hours, climbed almost 400,000 metres, burnt 750,000 calories, and did the whole lot at an average normalised power of 253 watts. Now I know why he's a pro and I'm not. We're going to finish the show today with some very sad news. Unfortunately, last week, Jonathan Cantwell lost his battle with mental illness. Tributes immediately came flooding in from all over the cycling world, and we would, of course, like to add our own condolences here at GCN. He left behind 2 young children, and a fund has been set up to help support them. We've put the link in the description below if you'd like to contribute. Of the many tributes that came in, this one from Matt Goss was particularly touching. This happy joking face I will remember. You will be missed, my friend, by myself and by everyone else that had the opportunity to spend time with you. You always had a joke, a laugh, and brought a smile to everyone's face. Rip at Jonathan Cantwell. Now, thanks for joining us, and don't forget to tune into our Facebook page for the live DVV Trophy Cyclo-Cross on Sunday. And we'll be back again with the Racing News Show this time next week. There's also a massive 50% sale on at the GCN shop at the moment, so if you fancy a nice hoodie like this one or a t-shirt, then head on over. Once it's gone, it's gone. In the meantime, if you've always wondered what the difference is between a cyclocross bike and a gravel bike, then why not check out this video that I did with Cy down here.